Hey guys, just wanted to make a video on the 80% skittering orb deli farming that I've been doing. I've been really enjoying this strategy, making lots of money on it, and I wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys can try it out too. Pretty much, you're just killing a bunch of monsters on the map, getting a bunch of scarabs as drops, and making a lot of money. So the Atlas strategy that I'm going to be going over, here it is here. So this is all the nodes that we take. Basically, we're going to be doing strand maps only. We are going to be doing mechanics that put a lot of monsters on the map that don't take a lot of time to complete. So things like Breach, things like Shrines, Strongboxes, and Harbinger, all great mechanics to do that. We don't take things like Alva or Abyss, because while they do put a lot of monsters on the map, it takes too long to complete. The whole point of this strategy is to get in and out of the maps pretty quickly and get a lot of rewards while doing it. The only Delirium node we take is this one, because when we kill the map boss we get +1 rewards. That's an extra bunch of scarabs that drop, so this is really important. Breach is the main focus of this farm. You have to take Breach because it puts so many monsters on the map, and this is how you get most of your rewards. We take the +2 Breach compass, the elevated compass, and we take the +1 Breach scarab. So basically you're guaranteed to have a certain amount of breaches in every map, and then we also take nodes like these, the 4% chance to contain breaches, which gives us a chance to get an extra breach, and it's a pretty good chance too. We max out on this so that we get more reward types more often, because if you get an extra breach, you usually get an extra reward. So we take these nodes over here for more breaches, we take these nodes up here for density, we take these nodes here for more breaches again. This node is optional, you don't have to take it, but I do suggest it. It makes it feel a bit better. And we take the stuff down here. This is density on this side, and this is chance for extra breach on this side. So definitely take all of that. Take all the block nodes, because this is also more chance for an extra breach, so these are pretty important too. We take the map sustain nodes here and here and singular focus here. This means we get out way more strand maps than we put in, so we over sustain on maps. So that feels really good. We take all the strongbox nodes here, here, and here. You don't need to take this node because we use a strongbox compass, which does this for us. And these nodes are optional. A couple of things, or one thing that you could switch these out for is going over here to Beyond, but I found it too many points to be worth it, and you have to put Beyond on the map device then instead of Ambush. It is an option, you can try it out and see if you like it, but I didn't like it very much, so I just took these points up here, and I have got a few Sephiroths and a few Divine Orbs out of these, so I'm pretty happy with how these nodes are working. We also take all of the shrine nodes, so additional shrine obviously, random effects of shrines, more monsters around shrines, and the chance for extra shrines up here. You do get quite a lot of shrines in these maps, so player power goes up and it feels really good. We also take all of the Harbinger nodes. Again, these are something you could consider dropping for Beyond, but I've dropped a whole Fracturing Orb and I've had multiple Fracturing Shard drops in like I think 48 or 50 maps, so I think they're worth taking. They feel pretty good, and yeah, I just don't think Beyond is really worth it. And the only other nodes we take is the Eater of Worlds stuff. This just puts extra monsters on the map again, just trying to, if you weren't taking this, you would probably struggle to hit the amount of rewards that you want sometimes, so it is pretty important to take these. The only thing I will say about the Eater stuff is some of the altars can be very scary. Like in a Frostblaze example, taking reduced defenses per frenzy charge takes you from 90% evasion to 0. So that's obviously really terrible. And yeah, any minus res if you're not overcapped on res, any you can take extra damage nodes, just not too many of them, because if you stack them up they do start getting you killed. But yeah, for your build, just take, don't take altars that are really bad. I would suggest taking altars even with bad rewards if they don't hurt you in any way, because it puts more monsters on the map and gives you a chance at more rewards. So that's why we put Eater on the Atlas. So for investment, this is our investment cost. So most of it is in Skittering Delirium Orbs, obviously. This is like 9/10 of the cost. These are very expensive, but you get a lot of money out of them, so they are worth it. Strand is no cost because we self-sustain these very easily. Ambush on the map device here. Gilded Harbinger Scarabs. I found that I was just under getting rewards while I was using Polished Harbinger Scarabs quite often, so I switched to Gilded, and it did make a difference. That extra Harbinger felt really nice, so I do recommend using Gilded here. You can use Polish if you're on a budget, but you might get less profit per map. Rusted Breach for an extra breach, Rusted Ambush for I think it's 2 or maybe 3 extra strong boxes. And rusted whatever here. I use rusted elder scarabs because that puts more monsters on the map too. You can try out other things here, like rusted shaper is basically the same thing. Or you could do like a Nico scarab maybe if you wanted to, but I've been using rusted elder and it feels pretty good. We use Strongbox Elevated here. You don't have to use Elevated if you don't want. If you want to cut some price down, you can just use the normal 4-use Strongbox Sextant. Breach Elevated, this one is necessary. It has to be elevated. You need the +2 breaches. And they're only 100 chaos for 16 maps, so you know it's not very expensive anyway. Gloom Shrine Elevated. The reason I take Elevated is it puts an extra shrine on the map, which is really nice. Again, you don't have to take Gloom Elevated, you can take the 4-use, or you don't even have to take Gloom Shrines at all. You could put something like Magic Pack Size here if your build is really overpowered. Like Magic Pack Size would just give you a chance at more rewards. But my build is strong, and I still take this just because of how good it feels. It feels really nice to have this. And then you need just normal 4-use Deli rewards. These are very cheap, and you need these obviously because you get double the rewards, so very, very important to take this too. So our total invest cost is 50 divines for 32 maps. You can do less maps if you like. You can do 16 or 8 maps for 25 or 13 divine investment, and then just use the profits from those to go up in maps and do 16 and then 32. That's what I did, and it worked without a hitch. One good thing about this strategy is it's kind of impossible not to make money doing it because everyone needs scarabs, so you know it is very good money. We're going to go into an example map now. I'm going to get this timer up so that we can do an accurate test on how long it's going to take me to completely kill everything and then loot in this map. We do loot later because there's so much crap dropping on the map. We're going to take the 8 or the 4-use one and put it on the right. Then we're going to take the rest and put them there. We're going to put our scarabs in and a map. Ambush here. Eater of Worlds here. I'll just put these over here for now. And as soon as I click start, I'm going to start the timer. So let's see how long this takes. In this league specifically, you can do the Affliction Wildwood. I usually would, but I'll show you what it looks like just for time's sake without doing the Wildwood. So, not doing the Wildwood, we have a Harbinger here, we have some strong boxes. Try and do multiple things at once if you can, but what I will say is if there is a breach and you open it, make sure you focus on the breach and don't worry about anything else. Do everything else, do Harbingers, strong boxes, Delirium bosses after you've finished with the breach. Okay, because the breach is how you get most of your rewards. You go from one side to the other, kill everything on one side, you Whirling Blades and Frostblink back to the other side, and you kill as many as you can, okay? So I'm going back to the other side now. Yeah, we got everything in that breach, so that was a good one. There's a Omniphobia here, we'll kill him. So now that the breach is done, we can focus on the Harbingers and the strong boxes and everything else. This King Harbinger will die. There we go, we've got a strong box here. We're just going to drop shit because it's an Artisan's. You may also need to hide your loot by pressing Z sometimes to even see what's going on, because especially at the start of the map, there will be a lot of shit dropping. So keep in mind you can hide your loot to actually see what you're trying to kill. And make sure you don't miss any packs, don't miss any strong boxes. Because after you kill the boss at the end, it's harder to get rewards because you're up a reward tier. So here, this is a bad reward, but it doesn't hurt us, so we're going to take it, so we get some extra monsters on the map. And we've got another breach here, so we open it and we focus on the breach only. We don't care about anything else right now. Don't worry about breach lords or clasped hands or anything, they don't drop anything worth opening for. Remember, you want this to be quick, you want this to be efficient. So we're not going to worry about that Eater Altar just yet, we'll go back to it though. We just want to kill all of the breach monsters that we can. There we go, we did pretty good on that one. Alright, we go back up to this Eater Altar now. We got anything that's map boss related, just take, doesn't matter, you kill the map boss in a second anyway. We have a bad strongbox here. Get some monsters out of that. We have a shrine here. It's not the Gloom Shrine yet. You will know when it's the Gloom Shrine because it'll start making shrieking sounds. We're going to kill this Harvey over here. I'll come up and see if there's a breach. Okay, there is. So I'm going to grab that breach because we can kill the Harbinger while we're in the breach because they're very close together, right? So we're going to come over this side, kill these guys. As long as you remember what you leave behind, it's fine to leave stuff behind. You just have to remember to go back and do it, right? We're going to come back over here, kill more breach monsters. Very nice. We have a Gloom Shrine now, so you're going to hear some shrieking noises. Alright. So this is looking very good. We've cleared out most of this. Nice. Kill this Harbinger over here. This one is... we'll just do boss here. You don't want to take too much time reading the altars if you can avoid it. All the monsters over here. We're going to take this shrine here too, which I didn't click apparently. Another strongbox. So we've got a Harbinger and a bunch of strongboxes here. Watch out for things like Detonate Dead and Ice Nova, they can be pretty scary, but as long as you're moving around a lot, they won't really matter too much. Grab this strongbox while we're killing the Harbinger. Nice. There we go. So there's another pack in here, and the boss. Boss dead. Now we start looting. So that was what, 4 minutes for the map? Now it'll be another 1 or 2 minutes to loot, and then we're good. And we hit, you can see after the boss we hit 17 rewards. So that's what we want to hit. We want to hit 16 at the minimum after the boss, or 17 is what you usually want to aim for. You'll get 17 more often than not, but 16 is fine too. You'll still make a lot of money doing it. And yeah, there is versions of this strategy using things like Abyss and Alva that do get you to like 21, 22 rewards per map. And while it is more profit per map, it's way less profit overall because it takes way longer to do those maps, like literally more than twice as long. So I don't think it's better to do it that way. I think this way is definitely the way to go. You get in and out of the maps pretty quickly. I do pick up the fractures. I have my own custom loot filter where I've only got like the top bases for fractures set, so I don't have to actually check if it's like a good base or anything. Having a good loot filter for this strategy is pretty important. I would suggest either making your own or... yeah, you pretty much have to make your own. You can use the like uber strict never sync one as a start, and then just take stuff off that you don't want to see. That's what I usually do. Like once those fractures started showing up and there was so many of them, I was like, okay, I don't want to see most of these, so I went in and I took them off, and that's kind of how I made my own loot filter. Yeah, so we're just looting all these scarabs. You do want to press Z to refresh the scarabs quite often so you can actually see where they are. It's like, especially at the start, it's gonna say they're like over in one direction and they're not actually there. So you want to kind of do them in like a column if you can. You can also press Z and do it like this. It hides them all. This is actually kind of good to do at the very start because it is slower, but it makes it a lot easier to pick up. So that's the map done. So it took exactly 6 minutes to do that map. And that's what we got from it. So yeah, you can see a lot of scarabs, a lot of good stuff. I'm going to go over the profit from the last run that I did. I am going to keep going with this run in a second. But these are the results of what we got. So from the last run, we invested 50 divines exactly. We came out with 134 divines in raw, like what we got out of the maps. In profit alone, that was 86 divines and 80 C. You may want to take out about 19 divines of this because we did drop a raw fracturing orb, and we did drop a 12 passive I-84 minion cluster, which was worth about 8 divine, and the fracturing orb was worth about 11 divine. So if you take 19 divines out of this, you get 67 divs in pure profit. So obviously that's quite a lot more than what we invested. It's more than double, so it's really good. In scarabs alone, we basically doubled our money. This is if you sell it in your tabs in bulk, okay? This number here is the 120% TFT bulk. I've found that you can sell it about 115 to 120%. You will get less profit from your scarabs, but you sell them all instantly. So it's up to you to weigh up if you want to spend more time doing the maps or if you're happy to trade them individually in your stash tabs. You will get more money per map doing it this way. You probably do get more money per hour doing it this way. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. Both ways are fine. Yeah, you'll get more maps done this way. This way you'll have to sit and trade for a while, but you'll get more money per map. So yeah, it's up to you. If you have a really big item you're saving up for, maybe you do this once and then otherwise do it this way. But yeah, it's just personal preference here, so do whatever you like. But yeah, that's basically it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. I am going to be streaming shortly, so come check that out on twitch.tv/spraz. I will be finishing off these maps. Actually, I probably won't be streaming until about, I don't know, 14 hours from now, 15 hours from now when this video comes out. But yeah, come check it out, and then yeah, we'll finish all these maps tomorrow and we'll see how much money we make from those maps. Hopefully we get another raw fracturing orb drop. But again, thanks for watching and have a nice day or night.